Skill sheets under the area of Fire Department Communications, specifically at Standard 6-2.1, with the task being complete a basic incident report. On the performance outcome, the candidate shall be able to prepare a basic incident report that records all pertinent information, ensuring accuracy and completeness. On the conditions, given a report form, guidelines, and incident information, the candidate should demonstrate the ability to, number one, determine the necessary data management codes used for recording coded information. 2, complete all applicable alarm information sections. 3, complete all applicable narrative sections. Number 4, operate the equipment normally used by local agencies for completing the incident reports. 5, proofread the report to ensure accuracy and completeness. And 6, route, file, or forward the report in accordance with the local agency criteria. So when we're looking at it, you're going to be doing it the way your agency specifies you're going to do your incident reports or incident reporting. So it's not going to be some foreign form that you're going to have to try to figure out. It's going to be a form that your agency would use to be able to get the proper documentation that your agency requires to make sure that all the areas and boxes are checked off for the information that your agency tracks. So when we're saying determine the necessary data management codes for recording the coded information, you need to be able to look at what codes are used by your department so that that information can get applied and documented thoroughly and correctly. So if it's a 1004 is a structure fire, you got to make sure that you've got those type of sheets that can show what information goes where. Complete the applicable alarm information sections, so the fire alarm, who it was called in by, who the occupants were, what was the route of transmission, what type of alarm devices did they have, can be some examples of it. Complete all applicable narrative sections, so you're going to describe what took place on the scenario, what happened at the scene, so it shows good documentation, good writing skills along those lines. On 4, it says operate the equipment normally used by the local agency for completing incident reports. So if it's on a computer, you're going to have to be able to operate a computer to show your proficiency at your local level for documentation on those incident report forms. You're going to want to proofread it for the accuracy. Don't just rely on spell checker. Don't just rely on some other type of device that you think is going to generate a report. You need to proofread it. You're responsible for it, just like in the real world. You're responsible for anything you put down and turn in. It is your responsibility to make sure that it was proofread. Even if it's an auto-generated, you need to go through and erase or add things to it to make sure that it flows and it tells a good, accurate depiction of what happened at that call. And then number 6, one of those last things, you got to verbalize to those evaluators where you're going to route it to or file it to, or how you're going to forward that report in accordance to your local department's policies on reports, incident reports, as well as documentation.